The world of mobile gaming is a complex and messy one. It's a tangled knot of cloning, false advertising, and exploitative pay-to-win cash grabs. That's not to say that's all there is in mobile gaming, however. There are some honest developers out there working on good games. This week, we're reporting on a company that's seeking success by grinding up-and-coming developers into the dust. Say hello to Ravensburger Digital, responsible for publishing such games as Space Taxi, The Winter Dragon, and I Love Shoes. Ravensburger Games hasn't exactly lit the world on fire with their uninspired titles. Unfortunately, not content to stick to dirtying mobile markets with shovelware, they've taken to hurting independent developers with the power of the trademark. Keep in mind that Ravensburger doesn't just make video games. They've been a publisher of board and card games for a long time, and one of their flagships is the game Memory, a card game in which a bunch of cards are placed face down, and the goal is to remember where each card and its duplicate is. The game is known by other names such as Concentration. It's not a game that was invented by Ravensburger, however, they had successfully managed to market it. Ravensburger owns the Memory trademark, something that they've enforced with the Austrian Supreme Court case 4OB123/04H. Basically, a precedent was set when a website used the Memory name for their own card-matching games online. Memory, being a generic name, wasn't enough to tip the scales in their favor. At least, that's as far as I could understand it, as my knowledge of the German language is quite rusty. But what this all culminates to is that this has given Ravensburger the ability to pull games from online markets with impunity, so long as those games employ the name Memory and have something to do with flipping over flashcards. Last week, I caught wind of what Ravensburger was doing on the Google Play Store from Origami Studio. Nearly 3 years ago, they published a game called Kana Memory on Google Play. It's a free matching game meant to help you learn to read Japanese. Last week, Origami Studio received an email informing them that their game had been pulled alongside several others for infringement of the trademark Memory. Unfortunately, I don't think that there's much that can be done for these developers other than changing the names of their games. The issue is that the Memory trademark is enforced in multiple countries in Europe, and to avoid trouble, Google Play has little choice but to go along with them or risk costly international legal battles. Google has shown time and again that it doesn't care about the little guy. As the ongoing Where's the Fair Use campaign has gone to show, Google's had easily abused systems for taking down competing content for a long time, systems that can have negative consequences for the innocent and no consequences for those hungry for power. The law is not on the side of the Kana Memory developers because of the legal precedent. Their game employs the word memory, which is trademarked specifically for the sort of game that Kana Memory is, a card-matching game. So what can these developers do? Well, the developers of Kana Memory are going to have to change the name of their game. Indeed, the developers of all these games that have been pulled from Google Play are likely in the process of changing the names of their games. Back in 2012, Ravensburger pulled the same thing on the iOS App Store, threatening developers there as well. Developers had to, you guessed it, change the names of their games in order to stay in business. What do you think? Is it wrong that Ravensburger can claim the word memory, something so generic, for game mechanics that they hadn't even invented but managed to trademark? Or is this a case of a system meant to protect creators, only hurting them? Hit us up on Twitter at BlackmanandRobin and let us know.